All right. Good morning again. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone,
Yeah.
from Florence, Italy.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Bless you.
excuse
Oh,
me.
God bless you. Yeah, what's happening?
It's just dusty in my house. That's what's happening. I need to sweep to dust, essentially. But so I just can't be bothered. Can't be asked to dust at this point.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah. So
So go ahead and let's introduce ourselves to
yes,
everybody.
definitely. We can tell each other names, where we're from, a little
Yep.
bit about us. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm Christine. I'm from Ohio, which is a little state in the United States. And I'm a teacher here in Florence. I live in Florence. I've been living here for about 4 years. Um, and I'm married. I have a little baby. And yeah, here we are, quarantined.
Here we are,
How about you?
all,
Yeah.
all at home. Yeah, I'm Jane, and I work also in Florence at my English school.
Yeah.
And I have been living in Florence for a really long time, for 30 years, but I'm only 25. And I have three children, but my children are older.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're quarantined and we're doing all of our lessons from online. So
Yeah. Here we
wherever
go.
you're here, I've got Eleonora from Abano Terme in Padova. Hello,
Yeah.
Eleonora.
Welcome. Welcome. Great to have you.
Yeah.
Great to have everybody here with us. In
Oh,
fact,
also, I'm from the United States.
comment. Sorry,
What?
what?
I'm from the United States, from originally from the state of New York in the north.
Yay. Yes,
Yay!
definitely. Woo. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who else have we got? We've got Mary from
Oh,
Naples,
we're from
Julia from
Naples.
Pescara. Welcome, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, you can
Welcome.
always comment through the way if you have questions or if you want to participate. Yeah, feel free to comment. We love your comments. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. Oh, we've also got
Okay.
Valeria from Como. People from all
Hi,
over,
Valeria.
all over
Yeah, this
it.
is great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
excellent.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So let's get started. So today we decided we didn't really want to talk about grammar. You guys will admit it's Saturday. I'm sorry.
It's Saturday, and we wanted to talk
Yeah.
about food,
We just want to talk about
right?
food. We're Americans.
Yeah.
We love good food. We've lived in Italy for a while, so I mean, let's talk about what counts. Food.
Yes. It's the only thing in
Yeah.
Italy. People ask me, why do you live in Italy? And I say, for the cappuccino e cornetto. That's
Yeah.
why.
I mean, the Italian
Really.
breakfast.
There's nothing else except for
Yeah,
pizza.
of course. And bistecca alla fiorentina.
You
I don't
like
know if
the
you're
you like
vegetarian.
oh you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I am a big fan of pizza and ice cream.
Oh my
Ice
gosh.
cream.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
If you
of
ask me about my
course.
places, my favorite places in the center of Florence, I can basically name like 7 times more gelaterie than restaurants.
Me too.
I love
Like, you know,
I love ice cream,
I
basically.
okay, so the best for me in Florence is Punta Carai. I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
It's a
That's a
good
good
one.
one. I just
Oh,
they
Giovanni,
all have
hi.
something apart. Yeah,
Hmm?
for sure. Hi. Oh my gosh, one of our students. I remember you. We saw each other in school, but you know,
Where,
here we
Giovanni?
are. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely one of our
Hi,
students,
Giovanni.
Florence.
Oh, hey. Oh,
Welcome.
yes, Eleonora, the Italian ice cream is the best. Yes, it is. There's no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. So let's look at today's focus about my favorite recipes.
Okay, can we read that?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
delicious dishes. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Delicious dishes. Talking about cooking and talking about recipes using gerund clauses. Ooh, that sounds like grammar. Ooh,
Right.
we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll try to be as quick as possible with that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk about food, food, food. So, delicious dishes.
So
Jane.
what? Oh dear. Oh dear. What is your favorite dish?
Mm, Question of
Well,
the
okay.
hour.
Besides pizza,
Hmm.
uh, I have to say something you said before in
Mm.
the last focus. I think that eggplant parmesan is my favorite
Oh,
dish.
it is so good.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
so
And
hearty and rich and satisfying, especially when
oh,
you're vegetarian.
just the idea of it is like, yes, I might even have to go out and get some eggplant and make it because it's
Mm,
delicious.
it is. It's a lot of work, but it's always worth it. It's so yummy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
How about you? What is your favorite dish? What is your favorite
Um,
dish?
so one of my favorite dishes, let me think. I mean, I love Italian food, let's be honest. I I mean, I think we're just switching now because when you mentioned earlier lasagna, I was like, I love lasagna. And I said eggplant parmesan, and then now you're saying eggplant parmesan. Honestly, my mother-in-law makes some of the best lasagna that I've ever had.
Oh,
That it's just possible in the world. It's so good. She's from Naples. Well,
oh,
Naples,
really?
yeah, Aversa, so close to Naples. Um, and she's an amazing cook. She's
I have
amazing.
Nicole that says, I can't live without lasagna. Valeria, I love lasagna
Yes.
too.
Mm,
Julia, lasagna. Eleonora, homemade ravioli with ricotta and pumpkin. Whoa!
yes, yes. Oh
Sorry.
my gosh, amazing. Yeah, everybody has so many opinions about food, obviously, Italians. We love you. Rosanna says she's from Rome and she loves ravioli from her mom. Oh my God. Ravioli are
But
so
you know,
good. Like, I just love stuffed pasta. I feel like it's so just, I can't. It's just
oh,
amazing. Ricotta and pumpkin.
wow.
I'm getting really hungry for lunch already.
I know,
Rosanna,
me too. So, Eleonora, I prefer to
norma.
eat at
Oh,
home, okay?
fantastic.
In Italy, and I need the object, it is like a tradition
Mm,
to sit all around the table and eat together. I think we need to,
mm,
okay, to sit all around the table and eat together. Nice, Eleonora, very nice.
definitely. Yeah. Um, ooh, and Rosanna likes rice. Rice spelling
With dish,
Rice. Um,
okay.
pasta alla norma is also so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So
I've made that once.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, amazing. I think a lot of Italians, I mean, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, weigh in here, give us your opinions. A lot of Italians prefer to eat at home. And I think it's
Yeah,
because the tradition is just so rich. Like the food is the food that your mother and that your grandmother made like growing up. So it becomes just like it's a whole different experience, right? When you're at home, there's family and there's a feeling of like comfort and familiarity and
absolutely.
you can just be
Absolutely.
yourself and the food is exactly the way that you want it, right? I don't
But
know.
don't you think,
I
Christine,
love
like
that.
people say to me, Americans, oh, do you eat out a lot? I'm like, no, not really. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
I'll go
hardly
out.
ever eat out, honestly.
Yeah, I will go out only and exclusively for pizza.
Mm,
I don't really go out to eat that often. I
mm,
prefer to cook at home and stay at home and eat.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I think like Maybe this is different from when I was in the US. When I was living there, I liked to eat out, but I would only go places where I could get food that I don't cook normally. So I'd go to like ethnic restaurants
Yeah,
and
okay.
get
Yeah,
like things
absolutely.
that I don't know how to cook well. But now that I live here, I tend to just like always cook at home and I just try and make even like ethnic, like just all kinds of different cuisines. It's like my one of my favorite hobbies too. So I just cook a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the students? What
Anybody
do
else?
they
Oh,
say?
Rosanna. I agree with Eleonore Giacon
Yeah.
because as a typical Italian, I prefer to stay at home with my big family or with my friends and cook
I would say
for
cook
them.
for them. Yeah, cook for them.
Yeah. Okay. Nice, Rosanna.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. So some people agree with us for sure. Let's look at some of these other questions. When was the last time you cooked
Oh,
something
Mary.
special?
I prefer to eat at home. Grandma and mom's food just tastes better. Oh, Mary,
They
you
will
are
be
so
happy that you wrote
lucky.
that. They love you.
You know what?
There's
I
nothing like complimenting the chef.
Right. And you know what? Nobody cooks like the grandmother or the mother in the Italian household. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you need to say cook for them. If you're saying that you prepare it to give to them. Otherwise, if you want to say that we're like doing the activity together, cook with them. So you need a
Yeah.
preposition
Nicely
there.
done.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you do need a preposition there. Perfect. So I guess it depends on what you want to say. I always cook for my husband because he doesn't know how to cook. But I would love it if we could cook together and I would cook with him. But it's not the reality we live in. I don't know about you in your house, Jane. Do you cook alone or do other people help you?
You know what? My kids also cook. I have to be
Nice.
honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not just me, but my
Yeah.
children right now.
Are they good at helping you cook?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they didn't clean up, but
Uh, Can you hear the baby? We're losing you on the Wi-Fi a little
somebody
bit.
has a baby. Please, you guys. Yeah.
Mm. Um,
So when was the last time you cooked something special?
yeah. Well, yesterday I made a focaccia. I made like a soft
Ooh,
focaccia. Yeah.
nice,
It's like we've got all this
nice.
time on our hands, and I was like, I don't want to go to the grocery store just for bread. So I made some. Um, homemade pasta and pancakes. Stop.
Pancakes.
I love pancakes and I do make them often. I'm not even gonna
You do.
pretend. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
love them. Yeah. I'm gonna teach my son how to cook as well. That way I have some help in the kitchen. Because my husband
Wait a
won't ever
minute.
learn, but I'm gonna teach him how to cook for sure. Like it or not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think about the last question?
Are you adventurous with your cooking or do you stick to basic and traditional dishes? I am like you.
Yeah.
I love to try different ethnic dishes.
Yeah.
I do. I like to try to cook different things.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of curries lately, a lot
Ooh.
of Indian, and I
Nice.
want to try to learn to make some Thai food because I love Thai food.
Yeah. Now, do you use like a curry paste or a curry powder?
I use powder more than
Mm.
anything. I haven't been able to find any of the curry paste.
Yeah, I've gotten some in the international markets, but
Hmm.
yeah, they're really, really spicy. I'll say that.
I like
Gotta be careful how much you use.
spicy. I like really spicy food.
So do
So
I. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
What about
painful.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you cook? What kind of ethnic food do you try to cook?
So I've tried in the past to cook some Korean food since I miss that.
Oh,
I taught in South
wow.
Korea. I'm not
Difficult?
very great at it. It's difficult because it's a cooking tradition that requires like a lot of ingredients and it's like a slow cooking style, I'd say. Like it's just very laborious. I feel like Italian food, a lot of it you can prepare like really quickly. So I prefer that mostly these days because it's easier. You can just make pasta really fast, right? Um, we've got some comments from our students. Rosanna says a few days ago she cooked white cabbage with gorgonzola.
Oh,
Like maybe a red sauce
a
cabbage.
cream of white cabbage with gorgonzola. Kill me
That sounds
now.
great. Yeah, that sounds great.
Wow.
Ooh, and Mary said either carbonara or matriciana.
Yeah,
Mm,
nice.
also great. I mean, just so good. And yeah, everybody says they like cooking. Basically, everybody loves this focus, right? It's the best. We're so entertaining because we talk about food.
Yeah, and it's the only thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing to talk about these days.
Oh,
Not
look,
controversial.
pancakes! Oh, look at that! Oh,
Mm, love,
pancakes!
love
Ah.
them. Yes.
Okay, you want to start reading, and then I'll finish.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Delicious dishes. Okay, I admit it. I have a serious sweet tooth. Is this? Did you write this about me, Jane? Baking.
Mm.
Baking is not one of my favorite activities, but having dessert definitely is. My latest favorite is dessert style pancakes with fresh whipped cream. Hmm.
Mm. Mhm.
What do you think? What the last part? Having.
Having grown up in a house where desserts were neglected at best, I can say I truly appreciate it when a dinner invitation closes with a scrumptious
Hmm.
taste of heaven.
Love it. Love it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So this is great. I actually do love baking though. So this isn't true for me. Baking is one of my favorite activities. I'm a good baker,
Okay.
I'd say. Maybe a better
Are
baker than a
you?
cook. Yeah, to be honest.
I Everything always works when I bake. It's difficult that it comes out bad when I bake.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I make a really good chocolate cake too.
Ooh, Jane, stop. That's
Yeah,
insane. I would love
I
that.
do like to bake too.
Cool. So do you have a sweet tooth as well, or do you just like baking for other people?
I have a sweet tooth, but
Do you?
I'll eat anything. It's a problem. It's not just a sweet tooth. It's I'll eat anything. I'll try anything. So,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
I'm not a
heard.
picky eater. I'm not
Yeah,
a picky eater. What does
no.
that mean, picky eater? Do you
Mm,
know?
I do know. I'm married to one.
Oh, Lord, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's frustrating because, well, I would say he eats everything, but then he has issues with everything too. Like he'll critique a lot of stuff, and there are certain ingredients also. Like he doesn't like onions, and I'm just like, are you crazy? I put onions in everything.
I know, me too. Everything.
So he doesn't like onions or garlic,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I'm just
The two
like,
best ingredients.
I know. I'm like, come on. So
So,
picky eater, I would say, is actually someone that doesn't eat a wide variety of foods. Like maybe they only like certain things, or there are certain things that they won't touch or eat. You use it a lot for children, unfortunately. Like there's a lot of children that are picky eaters that
yeah. They don't eat vegetables. They don't eat this. They don't eat.
yeah. So Jane, do you have any were your children ever picky eaters? I wasn't a picky eater. I ate a lot of different foods.
But listen, there's some foods that, for example, my son doesn't love, but not that many.
That's good. Yeah.
He's not,
So you wouldn't say
yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
picky eater. Yeah.
but yeah.
Mm. Having a sweet tooth when you really prefer sweets. I'm like Jane. I don't have just a sweet tooth. I also like savory foods for sure.
Oh,
Bread.
horrible.
Stop.
Oh,
Focaccia,
oh,
schiacciata,
forget it. Oh
pizza.
my God.
It's lunchtime, guys. We're all hungry. um, Julia said when
Fantastic.
so living alone and having a sweet tooth. So not being a sweet tooth, but having a sweet tooth. Um,
Uh-huh.
you
And I
learn how to
have
bake.
to learn how to bake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to learn how to bake. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Definitely.
Okay, what's scrumptious? Oh, I love that word.
um, delectable, something delicious, delightful,
Delicious, delectable, delightful, wonderful adjectives, huh?
something so, so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're confused still maybe about picky eater. Um, I think, yeah, kind of what Eleonora said. Picky eater is someone who doesn't eat a large variety of foods, doesn't eat a wide variety of foods.
Right. You know, those people, I don't eat this, I don't eat this, I don't eat this, I don't like this.
Yeah.
The picky
Julia hates
eater.
picky eaters. She said, when I was a child, I was a picky eater. Ham, Nutella, lentils. Lentils seems like an odd one in that
I
mix.
ate just ham, Nutella, and lentils. That is the strangest combination of food.
Usually you'll hear like, no, only like pasta and bianco or like, I don't know, bread,
But the lentils, no,
lentils. Yeah,
lentils.
that's out there. Lentils are actually pretty healthy, so that's why she was sustained.
That's great.
Oh no, Claudila says
Oh,
she was
I
her
was
mom's
my mom's
nightmare.
nightmare.
No.
I was such a picky eater when I was a child. Now I'm just a
Just an
and
eater. Love it. That's perfect. Yeah. Someone eats like a little bird, come un
yeah,
uccellino.
I laugh because I'm like a vulture. That's what I tell people. You can't say it. Come in uccellino. Yeah, I'm a vulture.
Yeah. You eat it like a yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Sorry, I keep yawning. All right. So we've got these three. Oops. There I go, clicking again. Um, Baking is not one of my favorite activities, but having dessert definitely is. And having grown up in a house, these are examples of, I think we said gerund clauses, right, Jane?
Oh, okay,
And
yeah. Baking, huh?
a little sprinkle of grammar for your Saturday, just a sprinkle.
Yeah, I had to wake up there for a second. Okay.
Good. Yeah. So what's a gerund, more or less?
Oh, well, it's going to be your verb with the ing ending.
Mm,
That's a gerund.
yeah. So we've got baking and having again.
Mm-hmm.
In these sentences, baking is not one of my favorite activities. The verb in the sentence is actually not baking or having, it's is,
That's
right? It's the
right.
verb to be. So baking and having act as gerunds because they are actually the nouns. They're the subject of these two clauses. Am I right
Okay.
there, Jane? You've been
Yes,
teaching
you
longer than
are.
me.
Yes, exactly right. You said it so well said.
Nice. Good.
It's
Good,
better than
exactly. No, no. All right. So let's move along. More delicious dishes. Jane, would you like to read?
Ooh, yes, please. I'm a big fan of sushi. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but the
Mm,
simple, clean flavors of fresh fish Savory rice with vibrant condiments make my mouth water.
Mhm.
Making sushi properly, unfortunately, is not so easy. Do you want
Mm,
to finish?
sure, yeah. Sushi chefs go through rigorous apprenticeship for years to master the art. And after attempting a few times, I decided I'm a better customer than a chef. Oh my gosh. That's kind of me. I love sushi, but I can't really make
Have
sushi
you
well.
tried? Have you
I've
tried?
tried a few times.
You have. Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
not with raw fish. I tried to make like vegetarian sushi with like sweet
Wow.
potato and stuff. Um, because after I came back from Japan, I was like, I gotta try and make sushi.
Wait a second.
But
What do you
yeah.
mean, came back from Japan? Where were
Oh, just
you?
on vacation, just on
Oh,
vacation.
okay.
But oh my gosh, sushi is so good though, like real quality
I
sushi.
Yeah,
I
I know.
never go out for sushi in Florence though, because I just don't trust it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not it's very difficult to find really, really, really good sushi in Florence, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I would agree. And it's not just being a snob. I feel like I'm just picky about the quality of the fish. Like I don't want, you know
mhm.
what I'm saying? I don't know. Ooh, a lot of other people like sushi, but they've never tried. So Rosanna, I have never tried.
But Eleonora has tried. I have
Yeah,
tried too, but it's difficult. Good.
yeah,
See you.
yeah. Um, yeah, I generally would rather someone else make it because they can do it better than me. um, but I do enjoy it. So we've got an idiom in this that we used in our last focus, our last
Mm-hmm.
webinar.
Yeah, we do.
Jane, what is it?
It is everybody's cup of tea, or it's
Yeah.
not everybody's cup of tea.
Right, right. Can you explain again what that means?
Um, well, here it's the negative, and it means it's not
Mm.
your thing. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then if it's the positive, it's your cup of tea, it means something you enjoy doing.
Mm. All right, yeah. So eating sushi is definitely my cup of tea. Making it is not, I would say. How about you, Jane?
I've never tried to
No.
make
Mm.
sushi, no, but I've been eating sushi my whole life.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I love sushi.
Great, great.
Mm, 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 mm.
Also, other vocabulary we've got here, maybe apprenticeship that the students might not know.
Ooh, yeah, what would that be? An apprenticeship.
Ooh, how to describe? Um, it's like training. They go through
Yeah.
rigorous training for years to
Hmm.
master the art. So they maybe are in a program to be
Hmm.
trained.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Something official. Yeah.
Usually not paid. Usually not
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah. Um, good. So exactly, cup of tea. Mary, she says it would be a total mess.
Yeah, I like that.
I agree. It's not for everyone. Um, yeah, and Rosanna, something that isn't for all people. Like it's not everybody's thing. Basically, it's not for everybody. Something niche, and yeah, okay, great, Paula. Yeah, something that's easy for you. What about what do you use to eat sushi? What are those called in English? Those little sticks. Do you know
Oh,
what
what
they
are
are?
those sticks? Yeah, they're called chopsticks.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Chopsticks.
Oh, I made
Oh,
it one word. Do you separate it? I don't even know. I
I don't know either.
don't think it matters. Paquete. Yep.
Oh, that's right. That's it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Chopsticks.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. And we've got some more gerund clauses here. Everyone's favorite. Making sushi
Oh,
properly and after attempting a few times.
okay.
So These might be a little different than the ones we used before, if I'm not mistaken. Or are they the same use?
Yeah.
The same? Oh, okay.
Same.
So the activity is described with the verb ing as a noun. So making sushi, the activity of making sushi is not so easy, right?
Okay.
And yeah. Okay, let's look at all these cooking verbs.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read the words on the left.
Okay.
So you can hear the pronunciation. The first one is need. Need.
So you don't pronounce the K.
Beat.
Yeah.
Nope. Beat. Stir.
Mhm.
Dice. Chop. Stream. Blanch. And poach. Oh,
Perfect.
steam. I'm sorry, steam. I said that wrong. Huh,
That's
nice.
okay.
Steam.
Perfect.
And poach.
So let's look at the definitions. So to chop into tiny pieces, to whip with a quick motion, cut into pieces in general, gently mix in a circular motion, use hand pressure to massage. We're talking about food here, people. We're talking about food. Nothing crazy, nothing dicey.
Nothing crazy.
On a Saturday morning.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Cook with hot steam for boiling water. To cook in simmering liquid, sometimes in a pouch. And to plunge into boiling water. Number one. Yeah, what a day.
What a day. Okay, so number one is need. What is need?
Oh, everybody's going for it already. I see the answers.
Yeah, oh, because of course
they're going for it.
So Bruno, yes. Paula, yes. Eleonora, yes. Those are correct. Okay, so need is use hand pressure.
They could have changed that definition, honestly. It's a little dicey. I can't. I think you need like
dear.
pizza dough.
You need dough. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Pizza dough or pasta. Yeah. What what about beet? What about beet?
Beet is
So maybe what do you beat, Jane? What's the food that you
Oh, you beat eggs. You beat eggs.
Yeah.
Eleonora, I think that's correct.
Yeah. In fact. Yeah, so you can beat like eggs or beat would you say beet cream or just whipped cream?
Yes, you do. Oh, you whip cream. Oh, yeah. You're
Mostly
right.
just beat eggs, I think. I don't know if there's anything else you beat besides people. Which we should.
Are you?
But
okay. This is fun.
It's this comedy hour this morning with us.
You know something? This is the most enjoyable one I've had so far. I've done a lot of them.
Good. Well, I just love to have a laugh. Yeah. Oh man. I'm always good for a laugh.
Yeah.
So stir. Stir, you guys? Anybody?
I got Bruno who Bruno, I think that's right. Paula, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Eleanor, that's correct.
Stir. Number 4, dice.
Dice. Anybody know what dice is?
Kind of like chop, but maybe in little cubes.
Yeah, exactly. So number 4, is to chop into tiny pieces. Yes.
Yeah. What
Dice.
about then chop? Just chop in general.
Sorry. Just to confuse you all.
Dice chop?
No. Okay, cut into pieces.
Yeah, exactly. So just different types of cutting. So dice is probably just smaller pieces.
I think dice is like you said, it's cubes.
Yeah. I think of chop as like kind of irregular shapes, maybe depending on the vegetable or the food.
Yeah.
And then maybe slice is like long,
Yeah.
thin shapes.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I'm no top shelf. Don't go by my word, but how about steam, you guys? It's in the definition. I mean, that one's just obvious. It's pathetic. Yeah. So do you steam a lot of foods?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I steam a lot. I don't ever boil my vegetables. I steam them
No.
all.
Steaming is great because it's so quick and it's just like effective. I feel like I love to
Yeah.
steam.
Yeah.
Crappy
Yeah.
little steamer basket. I just throw
Yeah,
stuff
me
in.
too.
It
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah.
Pretty much. Blanch. Blanch.
I always think of blanching is to cook and simmer. I think blanch is when you put it quickly into boiling water. It's a quick
Yeah.
thing to blanch. It keeps it in, and then you
Yeah.
plunge it into and then you put it into cold iced water, right?
Yeah, I don't think
They don't see it the
definition is
same.
complete. Exactly. You put it in boiling water, but for like 2 minutes, and then you put it in ice
And
water.
then you put it in cold water. Yeah, ice bath. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
blanch.
Yeah, I agree with you. Again, don't guess we're no master chefs, but we'll take you to task on the definition of blanch for sure. So I guess that leaves poach as something cooked in a simmering liquid. So you can poach eggs or chicken.
Do you poach chicken? I never poach chicken. I poach salmon. You can
Oh, do you?
poach.
I've never poached salmon. I've poached chicken before, but only to make broth. Like I will poach the chicken and then shred it for a different dish. Basically, poach the chicken to make the broth. Like if you've ever made chicken and dumplings, I make a pretty good chicken and dumplings recipe.
You do. I'm gonna be coming over to your house.
You
What?
should.
You got to make
so
me some
good.
chicken and dumplings. Are
It's
you
actually
kidding
that
me?
sounds so amazing. I might make that tomorrow. I have chicken in my freezer. So good. Savory.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So let's continue and talk about recipes. So, Jane.
Do you have any favorite recipes? If so, what? Well, we said favorite recipes: lasagna, eggplant parmesan.
Oh yeah.
I actually make really good sweet and spicy chicken.
Ooh. Now that sounds like something I would love to eat right now for lunch. That sounds so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is good.
Yeah.
Favorite recipe? Oh, we did this kind of, huh?
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I mean, I have so many favorite recipes. I love, yeah. I feel like one of my go-to recipes, I'll say that, is like a one pot pasta recipe, which is not very Italian, but whatever. It's like it's basically like make your own hamburger helper, only better. If we're gonna be really honest. I mean, one pot pasta with
No.
like ground beef. Like I cook up the beef and onion and get that really good, and then add the pasta with like the liquid and the tomatoes, everything, and like let it simmer until the pasta's cooked, and it's like one pot and you're
That
done.
sounds
It's
fantastic.
amazing. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
it
it's
sounds
the easiest
fantastic.
weeknight thing you can ever make. My husband loves it too, like
No, 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 it's good
miraculous,
because the pasta,
miraculous,
no,
but
the,
he
the
loves it.
pasta soaks up all the juices, see, and you're
Yeah,
cooking it in the juices, so it's very tasty.
yeah, and it's so easy because it's like all in one container, all in one pot. So I'm a fan.
Well, I can give it a try.
Yeah,
Do you know any special family recipes? You said one before, didn't you? The chicken and dumplings.
chicken and
Wouldn't that be a
dumplings is
family?
yeah, it could be. It's not really the recipe I use isn't my family recipe, but um I guess like holiday recipes I think of are like family recipes, like my mom's green bean casserole recipe or like sweet potato
Oh,
casserole.
delicious. Oh, I can't.
Thanksgiving,
It's too
Thanksgiving.
delicious. I have to have lunch afterwards. I'm so hungry now.
Starving. I'm starving. Oh man. Well, everybody else
Oh, ravioli in broth. Oh,
stop.
love.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. Rice dish
Ooh,
with
I'm able to cook
beer.
rice dish with beer. Oh,
Bruno,
I'm
what
over
kind of
that.
rice are you cooking with beer, man? Like, are you cooking the rice with the beer or are you eating the rice with drinking the beer? I mean, either way, it sounds great, but
Oh, my grandmother's cannoli. They are very different compared to the Sicilian ones.
oh,
Oh,
like the pasta. Yeah, okay. I think I know what she means. Those are good. I don't I don't have the time to make that kind of dish though, Julia. That sounds delicious, but that's very labor intensive. I got a baby. But Bruno, no
spelt
drinking.
bread.
Okay, we've clarified at least.
Bruno.
That's all right.
So you cook the rice in the beer,
I mean, I was
right,
like, oh, I've
Bruno?
never heard of that.
I
That
think
sounds interesting. Wait a second.
beer is an ingredient. Yes, Bruno. Yes.
Have we confused ourselves? Like, is he saying he does use it to cook? I'm still not
Yeah, he
getting.
uses it to cook it.
Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
probably puts it in to cook the rice. Sounds delicious.
Interesting. That sounds very, fried with
Oh,
rice.
that has to do with the cannoli, and they are fried with cream. Now, I
Okay.
don't know if they're fried with the cream inside or cream inside. Oh yeah, okay. Jesus,
Yum. This is cracking me up. I'm dying here.
this
You
is a
guys gotta
great
finish this
dish.
out and go get lunch. Everybody's all this talk about food. It's too much, right? It's too much. It's lunchtime.
And at the
Um,
end, the video I have for you is this man. He sits down in the chair after the coronavirus, and the chair falls over. He's just a very large man,
man.
and then you see the building that falls down
Oh my God. I thought you were about
because
to
we're gonna
say
all.
he's like getting bigger because we're all at home not doing anything and just eating basically because of this quarantine. And that's like
Yes, that's all we're doing is
that is
sitting
the
at
tough.
home and eating.
That's what I'm doing essentially. I'm like, well, gonna come out of this with a couple extra kilos, but oh well. It is what it is.
Wait a second. Mary from Ferrara says, my grandma's Scigliatelli. Scigliatelli.
Shalatelli.
Scigliatelli with
Shalatelli.
seafood. Oh
Ooh,
God,
never
so
had
good.
that.
Well, I need to know what is the scigliatelli? That to me, is it a pasta?
I don't know, but I'm definitely Googling it after this. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look that up and see if I have any chance of making that Christine correct. Shalatelli. Anyhow.
Oh, handmade pasta. All right, Mary, you're pushing it here. We're gonna have to make that by hand, huh? Whew.
We'll try.
Okay, we'll try,
Not as good as
definitely.
nonnas, though, right? Not as good as nonnas. Um, have you ever tried to invent a dish and invent an original recipe, Jane?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. What kind of dishes do you invent?
I do a lot of things with vegetables. I try to invent always different types of vegetable medleys, let's say,
Mm,
with different vegetables.
oh yeah,
It-
definitely.
because it gets boring always to eat the same thing.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Ooh.
My
Hmm?
husband always complains that I never make the same thing twice, which isn't
He
true.
complains.
You
He
never remember.
complains. He should be thanking
I
you.
know. I'm like, I could just make you like plain old stuff every day, but like, sorry, you're living such a terrible existence that your wife cooks you all of these different foods all the time. Woe is you. But
Paula says, I'm learning a lot of new things. Good for you, Paula.
perfect, yeah. Um, Julia says she's never tried her own recipe. Julia, try it. I'm telling you, it's not as hard as you think. Once you've got the basics, I feel like you just put a bunch of stuff together and call it a day. I think
Yeah,
maybe
that's right.
I think maybe that's the difference in culture as well. Like Americans are so used to just like mixes of flavors and completely new, like it doesn't have to have a name, you know, like it doesn't have to have a tradition behind it for it to be a
Right,
meal.
right.
Whereas like Italians are like, no, like amatriciana with guanciale every time, or like this has to be made this way, and that's the rule. Like they have so many rules about food
Mm-hmm.
in my,
Right.
I don't know, in my experience, and it's like that can be really limiting. Like I think it's good to just switch it up and like change things around and do something
Yep.
that's not
Yeah.
traditional, you know?
Yep.
Call me crazy,
Yeah.
but that's how I tend to cook.
But you are married to a very traditional man. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, from
interesting
the
because
south,
because
from southern Italy.
really, where's he
Yeah,
from? Is he from Naples?
from Aversa, yeah.
Nice. But oh, okay. So
Yeah,
interesting because you want to experiment with different types of recipes,
yeah,
and you're married to somebody who really wants the traditional
yeah.
same.
We're not the best
Interesting.
match. For a lot of things, we're not the best match.
Okay. So, Rosanna, this you are so right. Yes, we know the special pizza with pineapple. I think that sounds horrible. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it should be banned or illegal to even propose something like that.
Let's just say it's definitely one of the more out there types of dishes
Not,
with American
not
food.
for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, not
I
for me.
think I strongly believe though that like with food, there should be freedom to experiment. Like I think I mean, I guess that's my school of thought. Like everybody has a
Okay,
different take on it, you
nice.
know? Like
Hmm.
you can make something different and not be breaking a rule. Or maybe I'm just a
Hmm.
rule breaker and that's what we're getting at here. But
Fantastic.
I don't know.
So, everybody, that's
Yeah,
it for today. Do we
okay.
have anything else we want to say?
Pancetta tastes. Uh-oh, she dropped the bomb. Mary just
Okay,
dropped the
so
bomb.
Mary, you have dropped
Pancetta
the
guanciale.
bomb.
Oh, that's like quite a comment
Oh,
to get
now, yeah, no, I'm
answered.
not sure I agree with you because, for example, a good amatriciana or a good carbonara, you have to have one. Sorry, you
It's
cannot
fattier,
use
isn't it?
you
A
cannot
little
use
more
stovetop.
grasso. So it is different for sure. All right, guys. Well, let's just review those cooking verbs and then we'll close it out for today. We've got all of these. So to cook something in simmering liquid is to poach, to plunge it in boiling water and then take it out and put it in ice water, to blanch, to cook with hot steam from boiling water is to steam, obviously. And to use hand pressure to massage a dough is
Best
to knead.
definition ever.
And Jane, what about the other ones? I was going from like
beat, whip with quick motion.
Yeah.
Stir, a gentle mix in circular motion.
Okay.
Slice, chop into tiny pieces or cubes, as we said. Huh?
Yeah.
Chop, cut into pieces.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
I think, is that it? Yeah, I think that's, you
Pretty
did
much the
steam, right?
vocab lesson. Yeah, exactly. So, remember with gerund clauses, it's like we use the verb plus ing to create a gerund, but it acts like the subject of the sentence. So it acts like a noun. It doesn't act like a verb.
Thank you.
And when you really like sweet things, you have a sweet tooth. To have a sweet tooth, right? All right, guys. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday morning talking about food with Jane and I. We really enjoyed it.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know, guys. Let's just rush and get lunch. It's
And I
time.
want to make something good and warm and savory right now. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to have something like I want something really good. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no like
go.
fresh salads. I'm still in winter food mode. Like I want something hearty, something warm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make something really nice.
Stop,
Well,
Eleanor. I'm gonna make homemade gnocchi with tomato sauce.
with tomato sauce, Eleonora, what are you doing? Are you kidding me?
Can we come over?
Coming over.
Are we invited to lunch? That sounds so good.
So great.
Perfect. Thanks so much, you guys. We really enjoyed it. Make sure to keep tuning into our webinars and participating as much as you can to keep studying English while we're all stuck at home.
Yeah, we want to see you again soon, all of you. Hopefully.
All right. Ciao, ragazzi. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Thanks.